Hi guys, welcome to my live stream today. Today I am going to be talking about my 6 steps to evolving and thriving. I'm waiting just for a little while for Facebook to realise I'm on live. Sitting in Surrey in the rain. It's really raining today. Can't you tell I'm English and talking about the weather? So, evolving and thriving, what does that mean? And how on earth do you get to it? I've got 6 key steps here that I work through with my clients, and I thought I'd share that with you today on this live stream. If you are coming live, do tell me you're here. I really like to talk to people. It gives me something there rather than that funny little eye that you get on the top of Facebook. Hello, thank you for letting me know that you're here. That's wonderful. So, hi Julie, hi Amanda, hi Monique. Wonderful to have you here. Evolving and thriving. I have changed the word expand because expanding can mean physical expansion as well as evolving. To evolve and thrive. And I think that really feels really very good inside of me. And I wanted to just talk to you a little bit about how I facilitate that for others. And I wondered if you had a thought about what it means to evolve and thrive. So for me, it is to live your dreams, to be able to vision them and to then chunk them down so that you can start to move towards them. It is also about pulling your future self, that shiny object that you dream of being, closer to you every day, every breath, every step that you make. Now, our past, our subconscious holds our past, and our past holds absolute amazing information for us. It is the thing that defines who we are. After all, our childhood is when we are a sponge to the environment around us, and we just leach all of this information into us. Hello, Janine, great to see you. But we are also vulnerable and sensitive. I know I certainly was. And our perception, our emotionally immature perception, means that the things that happen to us in our childhood sometimes get laid down and hidden within our subconscious because they're too painful for us to manage or to process when we're small. They come up through our lives when we're looking to up level usually, because it's fear that brings those things forwards. Now, why look in the past? I don't mean go and relive the drama. I don't mean rake over the coals, although I do mean release any emotion that may be still with you. I know that if you still feel emotion around a situation, there is more there for you to look at. There is more there for you to know. Hi there, Ruby. Thank you for joining me and coming to say hi. So your past creates subconscious beliefs and subconscious patterns. Now, when we look into the past and see if we can find anything that's ready to be shown, it can be that you find the same thing over and over and over again. Let me tell you that this is not you not being clever enough to deal with it, not processing, not being able to master it. This is you just coming in another spiral, a spiral up and looking down on the same situation with a different perspective, with new information, perhaps to glean from it. Now, yes, ancestry and past lives do have an impact and do affect our energy, Julie, but they're information, they're interesting. And what I do come across often is that there can be a tendency to get stuck and a bit addicted to past lives. It's also a projection because, we live now. Our life is about here, it is about this world, it is about today. And constantly looking into past lives, unless they show themselves to you kind of spontaneously, can mean that you are just looking for something else to blame. Whereas what you need to find is a key to yourself that you can open and claim your own power. So step number one is to look into the past, your past from this life, and as Julie says quite eloquently, your ancestral line, your past lives, your matriarchal line, your patriarchal line, the things that you have got in your culture that come to you and affect how you think and behave and the actions you do. The next key is to effectively manage your energy. Now that goes alongside looking at your past, because your energy is created from your thoughts and your beliefs. So the more that you can look at how you believe life should be lived, who you believe you really are, and how you create thoughts in your mind. It may be that your habit is to look at things perhaps less than positively. I know I do that with certain things, and they tend to be cultural beliefs that I've taken on from my mum or my dad, and they are our subconscious's easy route. Our shadow loves the route of least resistance, so if it's got a habit, it will go to that by default. And your chance when you're working to effectively manage your own energy is to look at your default and see if you can shift and change it. Now, our thoughts are so powerful. If you are wanting to move to something that you dream of in your life, yet your thoughts are giving it, no, you can't do that, Sarah. No one in your family's done that. Are you silly? Don't do that. These are the thoughts that you need to turn around, reframe, and then track back to when you were smaller in your past, where you first decided that they were the case. Now, the next part of my 6 steps to evolve and thrive are kind of glued together. They create a golden triangle. Now, the triangle, as anyone who's in spiritual kind of industry knows, is the sacred geometry of creation. Pointed upwards, it represents masculine energy. Pointed downwards, it represents feminine energy. And the twos superposed on each other are the Star of David. So it's amazing amount of creative power can be found in the triangle. Now, my golden triangle, the modern day shaman golden triangle, is about connecting with your inner child, that lovely magical part of yourself that knew lots of spiritual things about you, was able to connect easily with the spiritual realms and your imagination, your right side brain, the side of your brain that is limitless. Now, connecting with your inner child before the filters of your life kind of dampened her a little or him a little is really very powerful for your creative passions. Now, the other part is your shadow. So your shadow is your subconscious or your unconscious, yeah? It holds everything about you that you haven't yet come to accept or are aware of. It holds all of your past experiences, and it is able to hold on to your potential, ready for you to go, okay, that's me now. So she can come up, he can come up. It's also your higher self. So you are an aspect of your higher self. In our human world, we think that our higher self is an aspect of us, where it's the other way around. We're human and we're spiritual. We're experiencing a human existence here. Your higher self is that aspect of you in the greater consciousness that knows everything about your life, everything about your existence, and for your journey towards your greatest good, and therefore that of the universe. After all, you are the universe. So we have the past, so powerful if we understand where we're from, what holds us and what we need to still look at so that we can process. As I said earlier, any emotional content means that there's more processing to come to. Also, actually, if you feel numb about a situation, that can be disconnection. So you haven't even been able to go and look at it to hold any emotion around it. You've just simply split part of your energy away. Second step is to effectively manage your energy. So to be grounded, to know that you create a life around you, to take hold of your own power. So no projection, no victim, no sabotage, no procrastination, to be completely in your own power and your own knowing. That can take some doing, but effective energetic management for me is the most important thing in going towards wanting to evolve in your life, ultimately to be successful, as in have success consciousness in your awareness. Then we go to the 3 combined steps. So the golden triangle, that is your creative power. So the inner child, the shadow, and the higher self, and they all come together to give you masses of information. If you listen on your life and your path and the things that you can do better, that perhaps you need to let go of, and that are guiding you forward. So your higher self will come through to you in all sorts of different ways. It's often that we ignore our inner voice of knowing. So therefore the higher self finds different ways to get your attention. Collections of animals, people coming and telling you just one sentence that touches your heart and evokes an emotion. Or a long lost friend coming through and saying, oh my gosh, I was thinking about you and I've got the perfect thing for you to do. Or reading a book, reading a newspaper and finding what you need to find in order to take your next step. The spiritual development, personal development work that you do for yourself. This is all your higher self pushing you forwards. Now, I, for one, can be extremely spontaneous. That has in the past been partly recklessness when I haven't held myself safe. But nowadays, I do know that if I feel it in my heart that this is right for me, to follow that feeling. I have a strong subconscious, so often my mind will say, are you sure, Sarah? Is this one of those madcap schemes, Sarah? Don't do this, Sarah. It's, fearful, Sarah. And I know that then that is me kind of coming up against my own self, and it's my own edge that I need to be brave and to jump forwards into. So these 6 steps, you've probably heard of them before in different varying degrees. They're not the norm. They are alternative, but I have to tell you, it works. You know why? Because these 6 steps, they go in and they soothe your unconscious, your subconscious. They quiet your fight and flight response, which is completely connected to your subconscious. That thing that keeps you safe is absolutely patterned into your flight and fight response. So anything that comes in and soothes it and calms it and gives it an alternative will take you in a new direction than what you normally do. And that's the point. What you normally do is holding you small. What you normally do will keep you stuck. So if you can do something every single day that challenges your status quo, that gets you a little bit afraid, that invites you to look at why you're afraid, or to connect with your inner child or ask for guidance from your higher self, you will be taking one step after another to a place where you feel like you are evolving and you are thriving in your life. Now, this process is, how can I say, it lifts up your effervescent personal power. Now, when I see one of my clients with kind of coming into their personal power for the first time sometimes, or taking themselves to their next level, what I see is this kind of golden bubbling up of life through the pathway of their chakras, through their central nervous system, through their neural pathways and into the cells in their body. It's wonderful to watch. I'm looking with an alternative view because I can see things like that. I see energy and I see symbolism very easily. The other thing that this process does is it lights up your life from the inside out. So instead of going outside of yourself to look for happiness, for joy, for excitement, you find it in yourself. And when you do find that feeling of thriving, of lighting your life up from inside yourself, it then spreads outwards all around you, and that is what comes towards you. So you can look outside of yourself for the next thrill, yeah, for the next, I don't know, validation, for the next proof that you're worthy. But if you don't believe it inside yourself, or if you're looking for it as proof, it's likely that you'll be in a spiral or a repeating pattern of being disappointed in yourself, because these things aren't appearing. You know, why is it that I can't manifest? I'm thinking the right thoughts. But if you are finding that you're coming up with the same pattern, it's an invitation to look within you. Now, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about it because I've got a Success Consciousness Mastermind, and we will be going through the 6 steps to evolve and thrive so that you can move into a life where you have all the tools you need to live in success consciousness. Now, I've been asking people what success means to them, and there's been different things, you know, an outcome or an amount of money or a job or different things. Well, I say success comes from within you. When you are successfully mastering all of you inside yourself, successfully feeling excited about your life, wherever you find yourself, then you're really thriving. And all of the things that you want to achieve will feel really close instead of feeling like they're right out there. Or they can feel like they're coming close and then you'll fall over yourself. I know I do that sometimes, is that I want to create something, I can see it, I can feel it, I can taste it, I'm seriously enjoying it, excited about it, and then all of a sudden the internet will drop and I'll find myself not being able to get in touch with anybody. Now this is me, this is my energy, this is my saboteur coming in and going, are you sure you're worthy of that, Sarah? And I have to then go around and unpack everything. And I do go through my 6 steps to evolving and thriving. Now, if you are interested in finding out more about my mastermind, the investment is £600 a month. It's a 6-month mastermind. If you pay up front, you get 1 month free. If you're interested in finding out more about it, do personal message me or put it in the comments. I'm going to put the link in the comments and also in the title when I come off here. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. I do love talking to you about things that I find I'm really passionate about, and evolving and thriving and then facilitating that for my clients is, oh gosh, something that brings me such joy. So if you've got any questions, you want to know, or you want to reach out and connect with me, please do. I'm here for you. As I said, I'm going to put the link for my mastermind in the comments. Thanks, guys. I will be back soon. Bye.